This is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. Today I'm on location here in Anaheim, California at the Natural Products Expo West. So the Natural Products Expo West is the largest trade show for the health food industry here in the United States and probably the world. So thousands of people come from around the world to find out about all the new natural products that are going to be sold at your local health food store. So there's all these owners of natural product stores, the buyers for Whole Foods come here, the whole industry, the vitamin industry, the health food industry, inside, and we're going to go inside in a second. They have all these aisles just full of products and products and products. And the thing that I often have to remember and remind myself is that here at the Natural Products Expo, this is the expo or the trade show for the industry. So what they're teaching here and what they're promoting here is the business of health foods. So there's many products that you can buy that, will make you healthier. And as I walk through here and what I've learned, and I've been coming to these shows for the last 10 years to basically keep abreast of all the latest things going on in the industry, all the different new foods being introduced. I first learned about agave in like 1999 when they had it here, and at that time I researched it and found it was not a viable raw food, but once again it is being sold as a raw food. I first learned about actually raw cacao here through Jeremy Saffron, way back when it was first available here at the Natural Products Expo. I learned about all these things coming to the expo, but when you're here at the expo, you could really get sucked into all the marketing, all the hype about all the products here. And you know what? If we really think about true health, health does not come from a package, bottle, or jar. Health is around us in nature. I mean, I have plants here around me, and we want to think back to nature, not get too complex. Just think real simple. Eat fresh fruits and vegetables out of nature, and in many cases, you don't need all these packaged products. And they do have their place. Sometimes packaged products can make it more convenient for you to drink things like coconut water, or more convenient for you to eat more, prepared raw foods in the shape of bars. But that being said, you also have to be aware of some of the products that are being touted as raw, because there are no raw food labeling laws. There's no standard to what can or cannot be said. So if you use the word natural on any package, that can mean whatever the person wants it to mean. They sell pasteurized almonds in the store in your local bulk bins from California that have been pasteurized either with heat and steam or chemically, and they're being sold as raw. And that's just the law. That actually is a law in California. So inside, what we're going to see is a lot of products being marketed to you, and some can be useful, but in my opinion, a lot of the products here at the trade show and that are being sold to you at your local health food store, I've learned that it's just much better to do it yourself and grow it yourself. And the best foods, natural foods, and the healthiest foods come from nature that you could grow in your own front yard. So be sure to check my other YouTube channel, growingyourgreens.com, that'll show you how to grow your own healthiest food on the planet in your own front yard and not buying into the industry and spending, this is a freaking $1 trillion industry nowadays. Anyways, without further ado, let's come inside and check out some of the products, the top products that I think are really beneficial to have here, because I'm not against all products, but most products, they're not as good as they're being touted. Of course, this is huge. This industry is huge on supplements, and I think supplements are just that. Supplements should supplement your diet if you're not getting everything you need in your diet. And you should just eat junk food and then take supplements to supplement your inadequate diet. You should eat the highest quality, the freshest quality foods as possible, and then take some certain supplements if you need them. And we're going to take a look at some of the cool supplements today. So let's come inside the expo and let's check out some of the cool booths that they have inside that I want to share with you. So we're here inside the trade show, and this is what it's like inside the trade show. There's just aisles with booths and booths. It goes up to 5,000. So there's many different booths, and they all have different kinds of health products. Here I'm looking at veggie thins, dal, falafel wraps, drinks in bottles, and it's all packaged up and processed foods. And what I've learned over all these years of being into raw foods, that we want to, not process our foods. We want to eat real, whole, and natural foods. So in my opinion, this industry is going the wrong direction. It's going more towards the processed food industry. And just because it's organic doesn't mean it's healthy. Just because it's raw doesn't mean it's healthy. You could have organic cookies, and they could still have organic sugar and all this other stuff, and it's highly processed. doesn't mean it's all right. Just like, you know, a lot of the raw food products, and there's a lot of new raw food products out this year. You know, and some of the raw food products here at the trade show, you know, they contain ingredients such as maple syrup, such as cocoa powder, such as, you know, cane sugar. And, you know, these products are in no way raw, but they still put raw on the label. So as a consumer, if you go and pick up something in the raw food section at your local health food store, you know, you're going to eat these things that technically aren't even raw. But then you got to ask yourself, what does raw really mean to you? Does raw mean only that it's not heated above a certain temperature, like 118 degrees? To me, raw means a lot more. So I encourage you to actually check my YouTube videos. I have a main video that talks about defining raw, and I do this in a classroom type setting because, you know, I want this message to get out to people that raw is a lot more than just the temperature the product is dehydrated at. So raw is a lot more than just that one criteria, the temperature. Because yes, it's true that enzymes degrade after 118 degrees, but there's so many other properties in the food that are so healthy for us that are lost if food is not fresh, such as the life force. Raw food should have life force. It's really important. Anyways, it's really busy here. We're gonna go around now to some of the booths to check out some of the cool products that I think are really, you know, worthwhile. And that's why I come to these shows, for the handful of booths that really have truly new products that make it more convenient for you to eat raw foods that can be healthier than, you know, the alternatives of the highly processed foods. So let's check some of those booths out. So it's super busy here in the trade show, you know, and it's hard to get through the aisles sometimes to find everything you want. There's so much foot traffic, and, you know, there's just so many different products here. And, you know, how do you know which one's really the best? Well, come along with me, and they're gonna have me samples and stuff. What do you got here?
I got mango, blueberries, and pineapple.
So these are freeze-dried foods, right?
Freeze-dried fruit.
So actually, I really like these freeze-dried foods because basically they're just whole fruits and vegetables freeze-dried. So nothing better than that. Let's keep going here. But anyways, there's so many different booths here. How do you know what's really good or what's not? So come along with me and watch this video, and you're gonna learn about some of the things going on at the Natural Products Expo and learn which are the best products here at the Natural Products Expo. So there are many different food booths, and you know what? They all give out free samples of whatever they're selling. You know, the Chlorella Bar is behind me. There's so many different companies offering and sampling all their products. You know what? And after a full day of the expo, if you eat all this food, and this is where you really determine if you're really raw or not, because I've seen many people who say they're raw foods or into raw foods, they'll come here and they'll be sampling all kinds of shit, and it's completely crap. So you don't want to eat it, you'll get sick. And you know what? That's what it is at the health food store. You probably don't want to eat most of that stuff. And so I'm going to take you around to a couple of booths that I think that do have really valuable things that they're offering to make your life easier so that you can eat more fresh fruits and vegetables. Because once again, we want to be eating unprocessed, natural foods in their complete whole state as much as possible, and not things that are in packages, bottles, and cans and jars, because you know what? Those are processed foods, and in my opinion, they're not so good for us. So we're here at the Duquesne booth at the Natural Products Expo, and you know, this is actually a valuable booth. There's a lot of products being sold here, and I don't agree with most of them, but Duquesne is one of the products that I really like, and it's for a couple real simple reasons. Number one, all these products you see here are basically fermented vegetables, so they allow you to get more fresh vegetables into your diet. I know most people don't get enough vegetables in their diet. The other thing this product allows you to do, it allows you to naturally get probiotics into your diet. So, you know, instead of taking a supplement, you could have these basically vegetables that are fermented, contain natural probiotics so that you could get those in your diet. So let's check out some of the different products they have here. On this side of the table, they have their salad dressing line. So if you're doing the low fat thing, this is excellent because there's no added fat, so there's no added sugars or fat. Simply to make these salad dressings, all they simply do is they take a bowl like this. They take all the vegetables and things, they basically blend this up, and then they ferment it. And then the result they get is this product right here, the salad dressing. They have several different flavors, and you could try them all, try one, try them all. They're great. You know, now they taste unlike anything else you've ever tasted because there's no other products like this on the market. They take the vegetables, ferment them up, and they're actually kind of spicy and have that kind of probiotic zing, like a sauerkraut zing. But they have all these different flavors to mix it up so that you can have more variety and spice in your life. So on this side, they have the kvass, and this is the product that has been out on the market for a while. And this is the Kombucha Killer, in my opinion. These things are way healthier than kombucha. There's no added sugars. They're basically just vegetables so that you can get more vegetables in your diet, and most people aren't getting their vegetables. Plus, this has all the probiotics in it. So this is their current line of kvass. And how they make these, it's real simple. Once again, we could go over this bowl here, and they take these vegetables. All they do is they take these vegetables, they ferment these vegetables, and once the vegetables are fermented, they run that whole fermentation or the results into a juicer, and they press out the juice, and that's what you're getting. So this is cultured vegetable juice in a bottle. So you could do this at home, and that's always the best, but you know, who's gonna do that? So let them, Zucchini, do that for you. You could buy it in a bottle, drink this fresh, you know, go for the Zucchini kvass instead of that kombucha when you're at the health food store, and you know what, you're gonna be healthier because of it. The next products that they have here, they just came out, is the Super Kvass. So this is really the best. This is the raw super green. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this on camera. I've been here at this trade show for the last 2 days, haven't tried this yet. And we have Scott here. He's the CEO and founder of the Zucchini brand, and he's gonna serve me a Super Kvass, super green.
You're gonna love this one. It's got cabbage, kale, spinach, chard, watercress, wheatgrass, fennel, and a little bit of green apple. Basically, we threw in anything green that was good that we could find.
Wow, so like watercress, you know that how often do you eat the watercress? You know, if you go to Whole Foods lately, they're using what's called the Andy score, aggregate nutrient density index, and on the scoring they basically have a number from 0 to 1,000. Watercress, kale, and collards are 1,000 on the list, and you know what? It's in the Super Kvass. Wow, that's actually really good. So, you know, unlike a fresh vegetable juice that goes bad, this stuff, as long as you keep it refrigerated, it's stable. So once again, you're gonna get all the benefits of the greens, plus the probiotics in there. So next time you're at your health food store, look for the Zucchini brand, and you know, get that raw, super green kvass. It's good stuff. So we're here at the Bayeux Best booth, and what this booth is offering is educating people about the baobab fruit, and this is the king of superfruits. So what I like about this booth is that they are making this tropical exotic fruit that's from Africa available to you at your home, you know, in a powdered form. And not only that is that this is powdered, but this is not even dehydrated or anything. It's naturally dried on the tree. They're just basically taking the fruit off the tree, powdering it up, and then selling it to you. So let me show you and tell you more about the baobab fruit. So how it all works is like this. This is the baobab tree. These trees are absolutely huge. This is grown in Africa, and you know, these big, huge trees make these fruits, and the fruits look pretty much like this. This is somebody's hand, and that's how big the fruit is. And now what happens is when this fruit is ripe, you open it up, and it looks like this. This is the fruit opened up, cracked in half, and now this dries on the tree. These are like the little seed pods inside there. There's the seeds. You could actually extract oil from the seeds. But this fruit around here is the part that you want to eat, because you know, this fruit has basically 650 ORAC per gram, which is more antioxidants than acai and pomegranate. It has more potassium and magnesium than bananas and coconut water, and it's really rich in fiber. And you know, most Americans aren't eating enough fiber in their diet, so it has 50% more fiber for your intestinal health. This is ethical, sustainable, gluten-free, and also organic. So let's check out this this chart here, and you can see on this chart here, they're just you know, showing you how much you know, antioxidants baobab has compared to things like cranberries, blueberries, pomegranate juice, and goji berries. Has much more. And once again, vitamin C, it's off the chart, has more vitamin C than kiwis, strawberries, orange, and grapefruits. Has much more fiber than apples, peaches, apricots, and bananas. And you know what? This even has more calcium in milk. So if you're looking to get calcium through a plant source, baobab is the answer. So this is the baobab fruit powder right here. We're going to show you what it looks like. We're going to go ahead and open this up. And you can see this is basically powder. And you know what? This is dried, once again, on the tree. So I need to really stress that, because this is a natural product. It's like if you go out and pick dates off the tree, they're naturally dried. This is naturally dried fruit powder. So we're just going to take some sample. And you know what? This kind of tastes a little bit tart, but so this would make a great addition to smoothies, to recipes. Wow. Mixed in water, this could be a great like substitute for a juice. Instead of like putting lemons in your water, put some baobab fruit powder in your water. drink it up. You can get all the nutrition of the baobab here in the United States, so you don't have to travel to Africa, because before this fruit was just not available to you to get all the nutrients in the baobab powder. Now, they've been using the baobab actually in Africa for hundreds of years as a medicinal, but you know what? Of course, this is being sold as a food here today. So once again, baobab powder, definitely one of my favorite things I've learned here at the Natural Products Expo this year. All right, so we're here at the booth of Freeland Foods Go Raw Real Live Food. Now, they've been in the business actually for a long time, longer than a lot of the other raw food companies that are sprouting up. And the reason why I like Freeland is, they're doing a couple things that other raw food companies aren't. Number one, they have an incredible product line with all kinds of different products. But more importantly, they're doing two really cool things. So let's come over and take a look at them. Now, this truly differentiates them, in my opinion, against other raw food companies. And in this video, I'm not really going to show that many raw food companies, because a lot of the companies are maybe, not using really raw ingredients that may not be raw. Like I mentioned earlier, or another raw food company just down the aisle that I can't film at, obviously. They're using things like maple syrup, cocoa powder, which isn't even raw, but Freeland's really got a good model going. So let's check out some of the two innovations that they're doing that nobody else that I know of is doing. So the first thing I'm going to talk about here at Freeland Foods is they use an optical sorter. So they are based in Silicon Valley, so you know what? They're full of technology here. And once again, I don't know of any other company doing this. Their seeds are optically sorted to ensure the best make it into the finished product. So this is what the optical sorting machine looks like, and basically each seed is checked by this machine, and if the seeds aren't good quality, they're rejected. So this is how it works. Most raw food companies, they basically buy the product or their nuts and seeds in big boxes and cases, and then many will probably just take those and just dump them into their mixing vats or however they do it, and then make their crackers. But what they do here at Freeland is they basically take the box, dump it in through the optical sorting machine that you just saw, and that basically sorts it out by the color. So all the bright colors, or they can program it however they want it, all the certain colors get accepted and the other colors are then rejected. So you can see here in this display how it works, and we're going to go over these each one at a time. So here's the accepted on the top, and here's the rejected on the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and show you half and half of each side. The accepted sesame seeds are nice and bright white. The rejected ones have some bad seeds in them. So you don't want that going in your food. Once again, on the flax here, brown flax looks really nice. The flax that's rejected looks like there's a couple maybe stones and pebbles and off-color ones. Once again, it's even more distinct on the sunflower seeds. The accepted sunflower seeds are really just all sunflower seeds, but if we go down to the rejected sunflower seeds, I see some sunflower seed hulls, some partial pieces that once again, aren't as viable. Next, even more distinctive here is the buckwheat. So this is raw buckwheat groats. Down below for the rejected, you see a lot of the buckwheat groats that still have the hull on them. So definitely not too good. So here we go to the golden flax seeds. Once again, they're all golden, look really nice. We go down to the rejected ones, and actually I'm seeing some kind of stones and other things in there. Have you ever bitten into like a raw bar and then there's some kind of stone or grit? Well, you know what? That's not going to happen here at Freeland Foods with the Go Raw Real Live Food brand. And once again, the pumpkin seeds. So would you rather eat these pumpkin seeds that are nice, bright, green, and vibrant, or go down below to the rejected ones? And the rejected ones just don't quite look quite as fresh. Maybe they're old, maybe they're on their way out going bad. So you know what? All raw food companies should be using optical sorting devices, because if they're not, they could look at the whole batch and say, oh, this whole batch doesn't look good, and throw it out and then get a new batch. But then that creates lots of waste. In this way, they're getting only the best that's going to go into the bars that you're going to eat. So next, let's go over to the other side of the booth that has actually one of the best displays in this whole expo, in my opinion. So here's the other thing that they're doing here at Freeland Foods that I'm not aware of any other company doing in the raw foods industry. This is absolutely amazing. This is what we all want to strive for, eating foods that are going to be like this. So they have a state-of-the-art dehydration system that they basically built and engineered from the ground up. This is what it looks like. It's all behind closed doors. But the reason why I like the Freeland Foods Go Raw, this product right here, the live granola bar, and it's probably like this with many of their other products. What they've done is, this product, you could actually take this product, sprout it up, and it'll still grow. So that is the true test if something is still raw or not. If you could still take it and it sprouts up and it grows, it's still alive. That's the food you want to put in your body. You don't want to put in all these pulverized raw foods that, you know, if you soak and try to sprout, it goes bad. That's not the kind of stuff we want to eat. We want to eat fresh foods. So let's check out what they've done here. They've basically taken this live granola bar, less the raisins of course, and this is their live granola bar right here after 1 week. So what they did is they basically spritzed it with water, and even after they're processing at under 105 degrees, it starts to sprout. And we could go ahead and open that up, and look, it's almost like a little sprout sandwich. You can see the sprouts coming up. You take these backpacking, you know, you could soak these up and start to sprout them. You could have a fresh sprout sandwich. So that's after 1 week. Next here, we can look after 11 days. Check it out, man, it's super growing. It's growing fresh sprouts. That's simply amazing. That's after 11 days. And finally here, check it out, after 17 days, I mean, this thing is now growing new plants. I mean, it's totally sprouted up and growing after 17 days. You know, so that's the kind of food that we want to be eating, food that's still viable, that still has the enzymes, that's still really good for us. So this is what the finished product looked like, and once again, this is the live granola bar. So, you know, I encourage you to buy, if you are going to buy products like the live granola bar that are really still alive. There's a lot of people using the word live in their products, and you know what? If you tried to soak them and sprout them, they're not going to grow like the foods here at the Freeland Foods. So definitely the integrity is all here at Freeland Foods. So if you're going to buy them, you know, once again, go with this brand. But of course, you know, it's always best to make these at home. But you know what? That's what this show is all about. You know, making products that make it easy for you to, you know, eat healthier. And they do that here. So one of the other things I like here at Freeland Foods is that, you know what? They listen to you. They listen to the customers, because you know what? The customers drive the market. The customers who have the money make suggestions to this company and to other companies, and you know what? This company actually takes their suggestions into account. So Freeland Foods is quite aware that, you know, there's some controversies nowadays about agave, and you know what? They want to provide people more options, and options that include and not include agave. So they've actually, you know, removed agave from some of their products, and actually some of their products actually don't even have agave in the first place. So for example, their apple cinnamon granola here says on it no agave. So instead they're basically using like dates as a sweetener, you know, and I believe that, you know, natural foods like dates are way better as a sweetener than things like agave. They even have the chocolate granola with no agave. Now they still got the cacao in there that I'm not a big fan of. Maybe they got to start making a carrot version pretty soon. But you know what? Most of these other products are using dates as a sweetener, and actually, in my opinion, that's actually the best. So that's why I like this Go Raw brand over any other brand here at the Natural Products Expo. So check for it at your local health food store. So we're here in the supplement hall, and there's basically hundreds of booths selling different supplements that you can take with different vitamins, herbs, and different things like that that you may want to take. But you know what? A lot of these supplements are basically, you know, may be chemically derived. And you know, I'm not for chemically derived. I think, you know, the best way to get nutrition is from our food. Second best is from basically whole food concentrates. So let's go over to two of the booths that I like a lot that basically offer whole foods basically in a package, either in a capsule or actually better yet in its powdered state, so that you can add it to like things like smoothies and recipes and things like that. So we're here at the Actives booth here at the trade show, and this is one of my favorite supplements because, you know, this company believes in using whole food nutrition. So this is actually my favorite vitamin D here at the trade show, and it's right here. Comes in this bottle, 100% organic and whole food mushroom vitamin D. They simply take the mushrooms, powder it up, put it in a capsule. They also put some enzymes in there, so you're gonna get a better digestion. Now this is absolutely the best vitamin D to take. Now, you know what? The best vitamin D actually we can make free and clear from the sun, but the problem with that is that most people don't live in climates in the tropics where you can get enough sun to get enough vitamin D. So, you know, I encourage you to get as much sun as you possibly can, but if you can't, that's where this supplement, once again, a whole food supplement comes in. They take the mushrooms, powdered up, put in the capsules, and you can buy them. Of course, you can also buy, and you know, they're coming out with them soon, high vitamin D mushrooms that have a high vitamin C content. And once again, we want to work on whole foods, but you know what? This makes it really convenient to take just 2 capsules a day, you know, basically get 500% of the daily value that's recommended. Next, we're going to go ahead and move on to another superfoods company that I've been really familiar with, that I've been taking their products for many years. So let's come on and check it out. So this is my favorite supplement company here in the trade show in this whole section, you know, out of all these companies. The reason why is because, well, number one, I've known Jamin for many years and he has the highest integrity and he makes the highest quality products. The other thing about these products is that they're basically whole food powders that they just powder up, put it in there, and then you get to take them. So it makes it a lot more convenient for you, especially say if you're traveling. Let's go over some of the new products that he has coming out right now. First one he has Friendly Fats. So these are sprouted, nutrient-dense foods, including chia and flax seeds that have been sprouted and then dried. So these are definitely really good for you. Most people don't get enough omega-3 fatty acids in their diet, and the new Friendly Fats can help you get those friendly fats in your diet. Another really cool product here is the Chlorella Mana, their brand new chlorella product, and they have other algae too. So those are all definitely good products as well. Of course, big believer in the Spirulina Mana, all the Health Forces stuff, really high quality. Of course, the best product of all, and I encourage everybody that's on a raw foods diet, you want to take this stuff, Vitamin Mineral Green. I've been taking this stuff literally for years. It basically has all different kinds of powdered foods, nettle leaves, shaved grass, alfalfa leaf, dandelion leaf, barley grass, oat grass, wheatgrass, including kelp, nori, dulse, bradarac, even has enzymes, all kinds of stuff, spirulina, chlorella, basically everything's in here. If you want to take one green powder, you know, you want to look for the Vitamin Mineral Green. Okay. So Health Force makes all raw products, so you don't have to worry about if it's really raw, if it's Health Force, because, you know, Jamin basically researches all this stuff. Jamin is right here. Maybe we'll get even a second to talk with him and get him to answer a few questions that I have for him. And you can learn more about Health Force and the products that Dr. Jamin Sheridan offers. So Health Force is one of my favorite brands to support. You know, Jamin has been doing this a long time. So Jamin, why did you get in and start Health Force Nutritionals?
The reason I started Health Force Nutritionals is I got into holistic alternative medicine, and I actually started feeling sorry for people into traditional medicine because they just didn't know about nature's way to heal and preserve the body. But in getting into holistic health, I found that there were some people that weren't getting well, and in a nutshell, the reason that was because the quality and affordability of nutritional product can and often does mean the difference between lethargy and energy, sickness and health, and literally life and death. And I don't want anyone to be sick, tired, or dead because they couldn't afford or obtain a high quality enough nutritional supplement. And not everybody in the nutritional product business feels that way, and if they don't feel that way to the core of their being, I think they should get the hell out of the business and do something else with their life. And I'd rather die than compromise those principles, and that's why I got into this line of work.
All right, Jamin, so I know you've been a whole food vegan for many years.
Decades.
So, you know, would you agree that fresh food is always best and that people should buy, you know, grow their own food and, you know, eat fresh instead of buy your products?
The most important thing you can possibly put in your mouth is the actual food you eat, which I think with every body type, with every situation, can all be whole food vegan. It can all be a high percentage raw. I am not a 100% raw advocate anymore for very specific reason. It's not because I've fallen off the wagon, it's because I think that the vast majority of people do better with anywhere from 10 to 20% whole food vegan cooked foods, because I think that's hardcore and that's a whole other discussion,
right,
which I would have thought that was blasphemy 20 years ago if I was saying that now. The second most important thing you can possibly put in your mouth is things like superfoods, is herbs, and other things like my company has, most of which are actually dried food. There's nettle, there's horsetail, there's chlorella, there's spirulina, there's sprouted flax and chia. These are all foods. Milk thistle seed. These are pretty much almost all foods that it's hard to assemble in your own garden, in your own life, and at a farmer's market. So this really has a huge, tremendous boost to what you're already doing, if you're doing that. Now, if you're not doing all those things, then this becomes even more important.
Absolutely. All right. So there you have it. Talk with Jamin. You know, grow your own food, grow your own nettles.
If you can, it'll grow itself in lots of places.
It'll grow itself. Grow your own food, but if you can, get some Health Force stuff. It's really high quality. So my favorite booths here at the Natural Products Expo are the booths that sell the equipment that allow you to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables in your diet. So that allows you to process your own fruits and vegetables in your own home instead of buying already pre-processed foods and then buying them in a package. So here's one of my booths that I like a lot, TriBest. And you know, I have to give the disclaimer, you know, so I am in business to sell you the products that allow you to eat healthier. So please support me. Your support makes my work and everything I do possible. So my website is discountjuicers.com that, you know, basically allows you to buy the products that lets you eat more fresh fruits and vegetables. And we're gonna go over some of those products here at the TriBest booth today. So let's come and check it out. So here's one of the TriBest products, and you know, they have a whole range of things like citrus juicers, really inexpensive, so that you could basically make your own fresh orange juice and other citrus juicers in the comfort of your own home. Next, they have here the Green Star Elite juicer. This is a twin gear juicer. Now, this juicer contains magnets and far infrared that they say preserve the life force in the juice longer if you do need to store your juice. That being said, I encourage you to always drink your juice as fresh as possible right after it's made. Here they have the TriBest Personal Blender. This blender basically has small, convenient size blend and go cups you could just take with you on the road. They even have tops for them. Real simple, real easy. They also have the Solo Start 2 single auger juicer. So this juicer in my test is a 2-stage single auger juicer, and it makes more juice because it juices in 2 different stages and has the longest screen in the industry. That being said, it does take a little bit longer to clean, but you know what? The results are definitely worth it. So another product that allows you to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables at home is the Soy Pehle. What this allows you to do is basically take raw almonds and process that into raw almond milk, provided your almonds are raw in the first place. But you can use other nuts. You know, you can make sesame milk in this one-step process, real simple and real easy to use. Once again, this does have a heating function, so it will heat it up if you want to make a heated soy milk. But many people don't know that it has a raw function, so you can actually press a button on the top that just runs the motor only, so it grinds but not heat. Let's go ahead and open this up and show you. How this works basically is you're just gonna fill this container up with water up to the level on the side. Then you're gonna unscrew this part right here, and it says open and close. Open it up, and you're gonna put all your nuts in there. And you're gonna then close that up, and you can see the grinding blade in there. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna seal this back up with your water in there, put it on the top, and you're gonna hit a button on the top of the machine, and the button's simply gonna grind up those nuts inside this container, and as it's spinning around, it's gonna splash around in the water. So that's gonna make your own fresh almond milk or any other basically nut milk, even hemp seed milk, inside this item. So once again, you know, I wanna encourage you to make your own milks at home with something like the Soy Pehle, or even like with a blender and a nut milk bag, rather than buy pre-packaged nut milks and things in packages. Because once again, if you make it yourself, it's always best. TriBest offers products that allow you to grow your own food and process your own food at home. Just one example here is the Sprout Man's Wheatgrass grower. And this one allows you to grow wheatgrass in your own home. So instead of buying wheatgrass by the flat, which can get expensive, or even worse, pre-cut wheatgrass, you know, grow it yourself fresh at home, then cut it and harvest it as you need it. And once again, here's the grower here. Real simple, real easy, no soil is required. Look at those nice roots on that wheatgrass. Started with the wheatgrass seeds, put it in this wheatgrass grower, and you're gonna have your own fresh wheatgrass. So next, let's go ahead and look at one of the newest TriBest products, and that's their Sedona Dehydrator. And so here at TriBest, they also have the brand new Sedona Dehydrator. Now the Sedona Dehydrator is computer controlled to maintain a constant temperature. And you can see, much like the other competing dehydrators on the market, they have the screen with the trays. These trays are easily removable so that you can clean them. In addition, this dehydrator is really smart. Once again, has computer controlled temperature, a built-in timer, and you could also run the dehydrator half full. If you're running it half full, you could choose to run only the fan and the heating assembly in the top of the machine. If you're running it all the way full, you could run the heating assembly and fan from the top and the bottom. So that's this button here. It allows you to run either you know, half full, and this is the divider. So if you're running it half full, you put this divider. This is not a non-stick sheet. This is the divider only. So the mode button allows you to run the dehydrator at full speed. So you know, in the daytime, and then at nighttime, if you want it more quiet, you can run it at a lower speed, which is going to take longer to dehydrate. The other new thing they are showing now at the show is the Sedona Food Dehydrator reusable drying sheets. So this is not the same as the sheets that come with the Excalibur. These are specific sheets for the Sedona, and there's 3 sheets in here. Now I haven't quite yet tested these, but I'm sure to test these real soon to see how they work when making things like raw cookies, raw crackers, and fruit leathers. So we're here at the Omega booth at the trade show, and once again, I encourage you to process your own foods at home. So with the Omega products, you can do that at home, make your own fresh juices, and actually they're coming out with a brand new 3-horsepower blender over there. It's gonna be really cool. But anyways, today we're gonna talk about two of their juicers, two of their best-selling juicers. Over here we have the Omega Vert 350 HD. This model here is basically a vertical single auger style machine. It runs at approximately 80 RPMs. It's really good if you want to juice things like a lot of carrots and a lot of fruits. Now it doesn't include a blank plate or anything like that, and it will handle, things like juicing wheatgrass and leafy greens. But if you want to juice a lot of leafy greens and wheatgrass, then I recommend go over to this juicer. And this is the juicer I recommend if you're hardcore into raw foods. You want to get something like this. This is the Omega 8006, or you could get the Omega 8004. They're identical except for the color. This machine basically comes with a blank plate, so this blank plate lets you make things like, frozen banana ice cream, or more appropriately, frozen banana sorbet. It also lets you process and actually make things like a sauerkraut. So I have a video on making sauerkraut using the Omega 8006 Nutrition Center. But this machine right here is really good and efficient at juicing leafy greens and wheatgrass. So one of the things I encourage everybody to do is juice a lot of leafy greens and wheatgrass, because we just can't digest the hard fiber in the wheatgrass, for example, like a cow can. So with the juicers, it basically unlocks all the nutrition in this grass so that we can get that nutrition that we need so we can be healthy, vital, and full of life. So here's another booth that I really like at the Expo, and this booth is actually the Vitamix booth, because once again, this product allows you to process food in your own home, blend it up so you'll get better absorption. Let's come in and check out the Vitamix booth. So we're here in the Vitamix booth, and the Vitamix, they're showing the Vitamix Turbo Blend VS. Now once again, the Vitamix Turbo Blend VS, what it allows you to do is basically take those fresh fruits and vegetables and natural foods, grind those up, fractionate those foods into basically small particle sizes so that you will get better absorption in your own home with, once again, fresh ingredients. That's super huge and super important. Let's go ahead and talk about the different features in the all-new Vitamix Turbo Blend VS. Now this is the variable speed model, and you can see here it has the variable speed, so you have control over the blender on how you want to blend it up. Once again, it has a high and a variable speed and an on and off. Now this is actually really easy to use. Once again, this carafe here is the BPA-free carafe Eastman Triton copolymer, also more sound dampening than the previous carafes. In addition, you have the tamper. So the tamper allows you to basically push all that food into the blender without actually getting the tamper hit. In addition, the Turbo Blend VS is actually the model that you want to get if you're into raw foods or even vegan foods or even a vegetarian. It comes with a few extra added-on gadgets and things that no other Vitamix comes with. Number one, it comes with a Hemp Nut Milk Bag. This Hemp Nut Milk Bag is actually a really good way to basically make nut milks and also juices. So say you blend up carrots and water, you could run it through the bag and squeeze out and keep all the fiber in the bag, and all the juice will come out. Once again, this is invaluable for nut milks, and this is actually one of the highest quality nut milk bags that I've seen. In addition, you get the Live Fresh Recipe Raw Vegan Vegetarian Recipe Book. And they were smart on this. You could take this book literally and fold it over, and it'll actually stand up on your countertop just like that, and then flip through it whenever you want to make a recipe. So there's over 200 recipes, once again, soups, sauces, entrees and sides, dressing and marinades, all kinds of things, all with special, basically all these are done by raw food chefs and vegetarian chefs. And there's a section of biographies. You can see Maura Batali's in there, Victoria Botenga's in there, whole bunch of new people. Oh, Rio's in there, she's great, love Rio. So many different people in here that come together to make this raw, vegan, and vegetarian recipe book. Finally, with the Turbo Blend VS, you get this DVD. Now this DVD is the Getting Started with the Turbo Blend with Annie Pio. She's once again another famous raw food chef. So they make it really easy so that you can be successful and use this blender in your own home to once again process your own fresh fruits and vegetables so that you can get the highest quality nutrition. So if you're interested in getting the Turbo Blend or any of the other appliances that you saw me talk about today, please visit my other website, discountjuicers.com, where I sell all the different appliances and actually have a lot more educational videos that you could watch and see how to use the specific appliances. So we're at the end of the trade show, and you can see everybody, basically cleaning up their booths. There's literally hundreds, if not almost 1,000 vendors here. you know, or exhibitors showing all the latest products that they have to sell you so that you can be healthier. And you know, while I don't agree with most of those products, as you saw in this video, there's a handful of companies that truly have some really good products that allow you to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables in your diet. And you know what? That's what the health food industry is all about. So just think about it. About 100 years ago, you know, there was no health food industry. Health food was going out in your backyard and harvesting your own food that you grew yourself. So you know what? That's what my dream is, for that everybody grows their own health food in their front yard, backyard, or beyond, and you know, not necessarily having to keep buying products. In our society today, most people are consumers and not producers. So if you're consuming a lot, that means somebody else, somewhere else in the world, has to produce a lot so that you can consume a lot. So I want to encourage everybody to start producing, you know, something. Some food. Some food is an excellent place to start producing. Really easy to, you know, grow your own sprouts in your kitchen if you can't grow year-round outside. So, you know, growing your own food, definitely the best. Of course, some of the products here at the trade show can assist you, but you know what? In my opinion, a lot of the products are just there to, you know, sell more products, and maybe they're not all that healthy for you. Hopefully this video has been valuable to you to show you what I believe is the most healthiest and the best products at the Natural Products Expo. And once again, this is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. And you know what? Keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're the best.